Hey, welcome back. All right, in this video, let me get my script in the right place. In this video, we're going to talk about how do these technologies change us. And we're really going we've kind of dealt with this already. What I really want to get to is the huge way in which they don't change us. But this is theme 2 for the course. Theme 1 is trade-offs, and theme 2 is the ways that these technologies change us. Usually it's a little bit more straightforward than this, but I think this leads us to an important thing to know about ourselves. So we'll get there really quickly. The obvious way that these things change us is in terms of our health. They make us sicker. We are drowning in molecules that are harmful to us because of all of the pollution, both indoor and outdoor. And then the fact that these things change, these technologies, the industrialized food production, changes our bodies. It changes our facial structure so that we are not able to filter out as much of those harmful chemicals. So the way it changes us is in terms of health. What I want to focus on a little bit more here is the big way they don't change us, which is the problems that we are good at solving. So take us back to our hunter-gatherer times. We evolved to live outdoors, to wake up in a group of people that care about us and that we care about, and to go solve the problems of survival together. That's what we're good at. But if you think about what that entails, we are thinking about getting food today. We're not thinking about what impact does this food production system have in terms of invisible things like gases or long-term things like climate change. Those are things that we could create a being that could be good at dealing with those things, but we're not. That's part of why we're in the mess that we're in right now, rather than having dealt with this when we became aware of the fact that we were warming the planet back in the 1970s. We didn't address it because, not because, I mean, some of us were evil in that situation, but most of us weren't. Most of us just aren't good at that. What we're good at is waking up and thinking, what's on my to-do list today? What are the problems that I have to solve? Those are hunter-gatherer questions. We're not good at second guessing the things in our environment for some sort of hidden cost. We know that if we evolved to, if I want to get that honey, I have to climb that tree, that's a cost. Or there are dangerous animals here, but I really want to get at that one. Is it worth it? What we're not good at dealing with is how is me getting in a car going to go to the grocery store to get my food, how is that going to impact my health or my children's health 20 or 30 years from now? We're good at picking out things for our home. We're not good at sitting there looking around thinking which of these things could be leaching chemicals that I am going to be ingesting that are going to cause me health problems later. So these technologies change us in this way, but they don't change us in this other way. We are not, and of course they wouldn't. I mean, this is basically a way of me just getting you to think about the fact that there are some problems that you and I are good at solving, but they are the immediate and the clear ones. We are not good at solving vast, beyond the local problems. In my sociological theory class, Big Ideas and Big Thinkers, we talk about Antonio Gramsci, who's an Italian sociologist, who talks about how common sense is a really good way of solving your immediate day-to-day problems, but it's a terrible way of evaluating election decisions, for example, because elections require thinking about things that are way beyond our day-to-day lives. It's thinking about how trade policies could potentially impact climate change or the homelessness rate or whatever. Those are problems. I mean, you can feel yourself like getting bored just with me talking about it, which means I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But you get the point. Common sense leads us is good for us for solving the immediate. It's terrible at thinking through how to solve the bigger problems. And ultimately, you can learn from James Nestor how to breathe better, but we've got to figure out a way of getting these chemicals out of the air or putting fewer of them in. And that's a way harder thing to solve because we didn't evolve to solve that kind of problem. All right, that's it. Relatively short video for this theme to how do the technologies change us. In the next video, we will look at even if we don't adopt a technology, it still affects us. I'll see you then.